You're listening to The Middle Age Gamers from Dimension X.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to Magdx, episode 22. We are in season 3 as well, just in case you forgot about, since we've been gone like forever. This metrosexual over here is Tristan Ibarra. He is the author of the Collector's Field Guide. How are you been, sir?
I've been good, and this hiatus that we've been on, this very long hiatus, is 100% my fault, because I've been in this mode of like, I'm almost done with my book, but every single week I'm like, okay, I'll be done by this weekend. And then the weekend comes, and then I've still got like way more to do. But I'm actually, I won't spoil it yet, but this whole time I've been working on my book, just balls to the wall. So, in order to allow me to concentrate on that, we've kind of put this on hold for a little bit. So we've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, he's been lighting a lot of candles during the evenings working on this. And I told him that I didn't want him stressed out trying to do the episodes, stuff like that. And also, Getsky, we can't do both. Either we're doing the book or we're doing the podcast. You gotta schedule us in, please, sir. We cannot do your OCD, sir. We're trying our best. We're working really hard.
That's true. I say that it's completely my fault, but I'll lay 5% of the blame on Getsky because of his OCD edits, which I'm very appreciative of.
If you combine our age right now, Getsky, we would literally be 86 years old. So leave us alone. Love of God. We're old people. We're old. I got 3 kids to feed. It's like Total Recall. Or wait, I should have said 7. Damn it. Should have said 7 to like Total Recall.
Well, no. Hey, you've got 3 kids. I've got 4 cats. That's 7.
And I got 3 dogs. So we're at.
Oh, that's true. 10. Okay, even more than that.
We're at 10. Yeah, we got 10.
10 mouths to feed.
Yeah, suck it, Jeff. All right, today we're going to talk about our probably the extravagant amount of pickups. Just remember that on YouTube it's basically exclusive. So if you want to see our pickups, please go on there. If not, you're going to have to close your eyes and imagine the games being in your hands. We're going to talk about Amiibos' 10th anniversary. Yes, 10 years since we've been collecting Nintendo's swag and random funny stories about collecting these ridiculous things. Ibarra's going to treat us to Batman and Ninja Turtles, as is Ibarra's Night in the Movies.
Yes.
We're going to talk about Physical again. Good old Physical is just disappearing like a ghost, I guess. PSVR and VR, and basically a whole surrounding of VR, because I feel like I had to get some stuff off my chest with Sony and some other places. Current fighting games, since Tekken 8 is released as of today. I know Terminator Timeline is, you'll probably listen to this later, but it is released today. We're going to do retrospectives where we pick a game for each other and play it, and I'm going to get you back for the one you gave me for this last month or so.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I did you a favor.
Hey, I don't appreciate it. I am old, and I don't have the same maneuvers I can. I'm
too old for this shit.
I'm an MK1 guy now. I can't go back and just play bullshit AI that's just basically cheap as hell. So hot. By the way, also a little caveat to that. I played 4 different versions of that game, and I'll talk about it more later.
Really? Okay.
4 versions of that game to try to see if there was. I wanted to see if there was something different with the AI, and
That's cool. No, I'm actually interested to hear that.
Yeah. Pretty pissed off at you, though. I was pretty mad. Pretty fucking mad. All right, so first off, we're going to start with pickups. Our pickups are probably going to be big and hefty, just like our bellies. Just to let you guys know, we have been off for a while. So if you hadn't heard the first portion of this, we have been off for a while. So please, sir, go ahead and show off your sweet, sweet pickups.
Okay, even though it's been, I didn't check the date, but I assume it's been about a month since we recorded. I think it has been, if not a month, pretty close to a month.
Did you ever hear Stain, the band Stain?
Stained, yeah. It's been a while. Yeah, I knew where that was going.
Damn, my
So,
jokes.
yeah. Oh man. So I guess I'll count this as a pickup, and I kind of alluded to it whenever I was talking about why we haven't been doing the podcast for the past few weeks. I was working on this, my book, Balls to the Wall, and I finished my book 3 days ago. I finished my book. It's in. I say finished. It is mostly finished, but there is one final editing round that it needs to go through, and that's just my sister is super meticulous when it comes to like grammar and stuff like that. So I'm gonna pass. There's about 80 pages with like half a page of text, and she just needs to look at those and make sure that I didn't say anything stupid. So
basically what he's saying is like, oh, you missed a comma.
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
You missed a colon. What's
Yeah.
this umlaut? Are you German?
yeah. That's what I'm looking for, and that's what I'm gonna update. And then once that's done at the end of next week, you might be listening to it by the time it's off to the printer, but it's going to the printer very soon. And then the agonizing multi-month wait between when it goes to the printer and when I actually get it physically in my hands. But man, I can't wait. It's going to be incredible. It's such a cool feeling to like get something in your hands that you've been working on for years. And I've been working on this for 4 years.
Mr. Barr, question.
Yes.
Mr. Barr. Are you doing an audio book on and basically saying every console that's in there?
An audiobook? Yes, I'm going to do an audiobook, but I'm going to read it as George Costanza.
Michael McDonald, sir.
Oh my! Wait, okay, I'll sing it. Let's sing it.
Nintendo NES, a Genesis, and a Super Nintendo.
You joke about that, but we just found out that we have Mr. McDonald is going to be in the Omaha area at the end of this year.
Hey, listen, that's our Lord and Savior Michael McDonald. Lord and Savior Michael McDonald.
Oh, hey, one thing that I forgot to mention during the pickup. So, I've got my NOS hat on. I got my NOS sign over there. I've got NOS cans, if I can point to them. I'm drinking a NOS right now. NOS, it betrayed me last night.
Uh-oh.
And I didn't know until right before we started podcasting. You see that over my, I can't point, over my right shoulder, that case of NOS? Well, I've been pulling from one side of it like an idiot and unbalancing it. I found it on the ground right before the podcast. It fell and hit something sharp, and one of the NOS cans emptied all over my carpet.
So what you're saying is that you might accidentally trip and start slurping on your carpet.
No, I might trip, hit the carpet, and stick to it. Is what I'm saying. And if anyone has ever drank NOS and like left the NOS out, it has a very distinct smell. Like it's weird. It doesn't smell like it whenever you're like drinking it or whatever. But a warm NOS, it smells like cat urine. It's disgusting.
So I found a life hack for you too. I found a life hack for you. So I was in the gas station today, and they were selling tumblers, right? Like kind of like the coffee tumblers, like skinny. So
you're talking about the Stanley cups?
Not like Stanley cups. They're like little thin ones.
I know. I'm just kidding.
So one of them, they had like a Monster can. It was a Monster energy drink can, and I'm like, what a genius idea! You can fill it with water, and you can trick people that you're actually drinking. Like you think you're drinking energy drinks, but you're actually drinking water. Yes. So I'm like, dude, we got to get you a NOS one, and then like you just walk around like you have it.
Wait a second. You mean like this?
Oh my God, it is that. Holy crap. That is awesome.
I found one on eBay. Someone custom made it. Yeah. It's a water bottle, but it's not.
I also didn't tell you that I knocked over, they had cowboy ones there, and I just knocked them on the ground. And the dude behind the counter wasn't the Cowboys fan either. And he's like, I've been wanting someone to do that for like the longest.
I'm not gonna pretend like anytime I go into lids, I don't like hide all the Dodgers hats. You know, like it's just something you got to do.
Yep. What other sweet pickups do you got?
Well, yeah. So back to the books. Guess the final page count. So I've been saying that it was around 2,400. Guess what the final page count is?
I'm gonna shoot from the hip. 2,647.
No, I fell just short of the 2,400 that I was aiming for. 2,396. 4 pages. 4 pages short.
Don't put me on Price is Right because I just fucking lost the showcase showdown.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, I should have said without going over.
Damn,
you should have said $1.
That's why I want to just play Plinko.
Yeah. My favorite game was always the punching game, like the one where you like punch the things and they have a little slip inside, and it's like you can win up to $10,000 or whatever. I don't know why that one was always fun to me.
My problem with it is that I was wondering, like, you know, everyone does it so lightly. Like, you ever seen them do it? Like, they go like this.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see one crazy SOB just murder it, just uppercut the shit out of it.
Yes,
that'd be awesome. The other one, I'm a big Plinko guy. Hashtag Plinko lover all day. This looks like a fun game to play. But the other one that I always liked was the Yodeler.
Oh yeah, everyone loves the mountain climber. Oh, it's amazing. Yeah,
such great. And I figured out a hack in the wheel too. The wheel, if you just spin that shit as hard as you can, they always land on $1. I don't know how it happens. Watch it sometime. Every motherfucker that pulls that bitch down as hard as they can always wins $1. I don't get it.
I'm surprised that, like, I mean, because you know, like it's not the most in shape individuals that go up there sometimes. Like, I'm surprised someone hasn't like hit their head and got sucked under that thing at some point. You know, like in the history of Price is Right, and maybe it has happened, and they just never aired it. Who knows?
Here's my question that I have. The only thing about the wheel that I have is that sound effect. Is it some asshole that's out in the back just making the fake sound effect? Because that would crush my soul if I fucking rolled that thing and it didn't make that damn sound. It's like, shh.
Oh, you're saying in post? No, it's got it has to. It has to. If it were completely silent, that'd be so eerie.
I would
so not satisfying. Sorry, we're getting off on a tangent.
It's been a while.
The page count almost 2,400. I added up all the games in there, like all the images that I had, and it's over 22,000 games. Yeah,
you done the Lord's work, sir. You've done the Lord's work.
Yeah, and whenever I finished the index, which, by the way, what took so long after I finished the book is once the index was done, we had to make sure all the index was like formatted correctly and that everything in the index lined up with the visual guide. So we had the entire index to go through, and I enlisted the help of about a dozen of the folks in our gaming Facebook group, Neo Ness, to help out with that. And man, I'm just so grateful for their help, including yours. You helped me out with the GameCube. So
yeah, the one loser that didn't know anything about GameCube, but I try to do my best.
It doesn't matter. You don't have to know anything about the system. It's just, you know, like you have to have an attention to detail because you're just matching up the index with the visual guide to make sure that everything's in order. And you caught a few things that were out of order, so that's exactly what you needed to do. And I really appreciate that.
I'm gonna get my GameCube sticker. Yes.
So before I show off the big thing that I have on my desk, I did get a couple games, and I can't even remember like when I got this or if I've already showed this off. So if I've already showed this game off on the podcast, I apologize. But I did get a copy of Dodonpachi Saidaijo.
Hey!
Or, no, Daijo, not Saidaijo. Saidaijo is the sequel to this one.
Yep.
But yeah, this is an amazing game, like bullet hell shooter.
Everyone, it's a fan favorite for sure. I know a lot of people that are like so psyched that came out for PS4.
It's really good. It's really good. And then Gimmick came out.
I can't wait to play it. Never played on NES. That's not a joke.
It is rough. It is rough, dude. And while we were on hiatus, AG Awesome Games Done Quick, or no, yeah, it was Awesome Games Done Quick. Actually was on, and I watched someone play Gimmick, and they're just ridiculous at that game.
They're nuts, man.
I'll never be as good.
They did so awesome. That show was I love the dog playing Gyromite. That was like the best thing ever.
Oh yeah, no, that was so cool. Okay, so the big thing, and I'll put it on stream real quick, just as I open up the lid. So I've got this big wooden box here, right here, and inside is going to be, whenever I get my books are going to go inside here. My new books. So I said that the page count of the new book was about 2,400 pages. Well, That's exactly 5 times as big as my console book. So I had to make sure that I bought a box or boxes that were 5 times as big as my book. 5 of them fit in here, and they do. So this is the premium edition of my Game Collector's Field Guide. And excuse me while I take these out, because I'm about to lift up this heavy ass box with these books in it. I don't really want to do that. Get a workout. I'll just leave one in there. But yeah, so he already knows he's getting one, but Dr. Geske, who was a huge help, like ridiculously huge help, is getting one of these bad boys. And you can kind of see on there. Can you see that? I can't even see, but
I can see it. It says 1 of 5.
Yeah, exactly. So eventually I'm going to have 5 of these made. I've already had 2 of them made. And we'll see where they go.
One thing for the thing for Jeff, you have to get scratch and sniff pineapple pizza stickers.
Ooh,
put it in so when he opens it, he can smell it.
That's a great idea. Because who wants to smell fresh cedar?
when you can freaking have fresh pineapple pizza.
Delicious. Oh my gosh. I should have put the pineapple pizza edition.
Yes, it should just be a bright yellow and red on the inside.
Oh my gosh.
We could make that happen because Melissa could put in some pineapple pizza little pillow in there for him. I'm just saying.
Dude, yeah, like line the inside with like a fabric that's pineapple pizza.
She could do it 100%.
That'd be
100%.
Funny. That'd be super funny. Yeah, that concludes my pickups. I mean, like that thing isn't exactly a pickup, but I did get that in the mail today. I ordered them on these boxes were handmade from someone on Etsy, and they weren't cheap. They're not cheap, but I thought it'd be cool to, like, I'm doing some epic book, so I wanted an epic version of the book, and this is pretty damn epic. So,
well, what's pretty cool about it too is that if you go to conventions, you can take that with you to show it off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
like
true.
You can pick it up and look at it and stuff. So I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a lot. You know me. I've been on this. So I'm sorry for all the Switch lovers out there. I'm off the Switch. I'm done. I've got what I want. I'm done. I am team PS5 right now. PS5 is officially going. I am officially my direction towards collecting right now will be PS5 and PS4. Those are the 2 that I want. I think PS4 does not get enough credit where credit's due. They had some amazing games on there. I also feel PS5. It's great that you can upgrade them. It's great that I can play PS4 games on a PS5.
Yeah.
So it's best of both worlds. So it's awesome. But if you want to bring up the camera, I'll show you what I've been grabbing.
You got it.
One, I didn't get to show off. I didn't get to show you either. I bought a Mortal Kombat Tiger handheld.
Oh, nice.
They had it at Double Jump Video Games. You'll see them all over the YouTubes and all that stuff. Really funny story is I didn't tell you about this. They called me on the phone randomly the other day, and what was really weird was I was watching their video, and then it said Vancouver, Washington, and I was like confused. Like I looked up and I was like, "What?" And then I answered it and I was like, "Hello," and it was Cooper's wife, and she was like, "Hi, hey, your Amiibos showed up late, and we didn't know if you still wanted them and stuff." And I was like, "Dude." I was like, I was just watching your videos and you just randomly called me. I was like, are you stalking me? What is
That's
going on here?
funny.
So she started giggling. But yeah, I picked it up from them. It was only $19. So thought that was pretty cool. I've always wanted that as a kid. So I'm happy to have that. I got I already had Four Swords Adventures, but Ben hooked me up with the box. I wanted the box like forever. And I had a box originally, but with military moves, you know what happens? They just smash your stuff and destroy it, so it got
Yeah, they
destroyed.
do.
And so I could never find the box by itself. You just had to get the whole complete set and blah blah blah. And Ben hooked me up, worked out a deal with me, and I got the box for it, which I'm pretty excited for. I do have the connecting cord to it, but my connecting cord, for some reason, don't know what happened, but it just randomly broke. I don't know what happened. I've never played it, never touched it. Don't know what happened. It's broke.
Weird.
So I just threw it in there for aesthetics. So that was pretty good. Uh, the PS5 games, Hades, I had that for the Switch, but I wanted it for the PS5 and a long time ago when Hades was like Zoolander was so hot right now on the Game Awards. I could never find a PS5 copy of it. And so I bought the Switch copy and I finally found the PS5 copy of Hades. I love Hades. It's Rogue. If you never played it before, it's a really good game, but it will piss you off.
Yes, it will.
Horizon Zero Dawn, my teammate here gave me a digital copy of it, but I did want a physical copy just to have a physical copy, just in case the Sony overlords take the licensing down for it.
Yeah, if they decide they
So
don't want you to have it anymore.
I wanted to get it, so I got that one. Inverted Drift, it's supposed to be like an arcade game. I played it for a little bit. It's all right. It's not like super great, but the drifting on it's pretty crazy. You do the drifting with the analog sticks. So the way you do the speed, you have to like turn your car a certain way to get around things. It's a cool idea, but I'm a Ridge Racer guy, drifting kind of guy. Hit the gas a little bit, hit the gas
Yeah,
again, and
yeah,
drift
yeah.
out. So I got to give it some time. I also got Tekken 8 today. I know it's down here on the bottom, but I'll pop it up here. Tekken 8, I'm excited to play it. We'll also be talking about some physical stuff with that one. I'm excited for it. I like Tekken because it's over the top cheesy. It doesn't take itself seriously. I joke it's like the Fast and the Furious of fighting games. It's just so over the top. It makes no sense. Love it. I am excited for the next Jax. So I'm Team Jack all the way. And Yoshimitsu too. I also like Yoshimitsu, so pretty excited to try that out tonight. Tales of Iron, I heard that was a good Metroidvania game, but it's also like Dark Souls. So I haven't got to play it yet, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. Prince of Persia, if you don't go out and buy this right now, Mara, I will kill you. It is that I'm gonna say this for the first time ever. Ubisoft finally made a game that's awesome. All their games over the years are fucking terrible. I'm sorry I'm cussing a lot, but Ubisoft can suck a big fat one. But they finally gave it to a company that can freaking make a good game. It's awesome.
Nice.
The your powers are basically your jewels, that you wear on your neck, and you can change them out, and they're interchangeable. They do Metal Gear Solid stuff in there. There's like demons that basically, yeah. So you have to be like stealthy and not go around them and stuff. The game mechanics, the jump mechanics, all the stuff that they did, it falls into was it Sands of Time, the last good Prince of Persia game, and the story is basically you go in this place and time is messed up. It's kind of like a multiverse kind of thing going on. If a person goes in there for like one day, it's like 5 years. So like he's trapped in this weird thing, but I say it's a 10 out of 10 game. It really is. Do not miss it.
Dang. Yeah, I'll have to hit up GameStop and see if they've got a copy.
House of the Dead 2, mine broke. This is a updated copy because my copy would not load. So yeah, that's great. Another funny thing that collectors do that they don't read the eBay listings. I bought this monster game on Amazon. It was supposed to be a new Amazon Prime game. I opened it up. It had a plastic around it, and guess what was not in it? A game. It's just a case.
What?
It had the sealed everything. It had the Nintendo marks, the whole thing. There's no game in it. It was a replacement case, I guess, that Amazon had. Yeah, so I do not have the game for it. So hopefully Ben can find me a game I can put in it.
Yeah.
All I heard was the Price is Right music when I opened the case. And last but not least, this one is special. This also is with this man right here. I finally have a US set of something. I never thought I would ever have a US set of something, but I got my last game for the Virtual Boy, 3D Tetris, which I've never played before, and it's kind of ironic. It's the last game since Tetris is your jam, so like that's pretty wild, like a weird coincidence, if you will.
Yeah.
But he helped me find the 2 hardest games, and he knew how much I liked the Virtual Boy. It's a big nostalgic system for me. A lot of people hate it. I love it. I wish more games would be. I wish homebrews would be made for it. Give me a Metroid game, please. But yeah, that I want to thank you a lot because I would not have got there if it came down to Waterworld and Jax Brothers. I would have never got them.
No worries,
not one. And the box, the Virtual Boy box, which I was a complete idiot not buying that when I first got it. I was like, oh, I'll always find a box. No one likes the Virtual Boy, and then now it's just escalated in price.
Well, yeah, and back in the day, it was I bought that on clearance for $40 at KB Toys. I mean, it's just insane. Like, I wish I would have stockpiled
them. It's funny. The Christmas Angels lady that bought the one for me, she bought the games and all the systems for like $80.
Dang, that's awesome.
And that was in the 90s. Which is crazy. And last shout out to Zach there. If you don't see those gorgeous glasses next to the 3D Tetris, those are my Shawn Michael hologram glasses that I got for Christmas. Or as I call them, they're my sexy boys. I wanted to give him a shout out for that because I thought that was really cool. He knows I'm obsessed with holograms, so it's like kind of like a hologram glasses. But that's all the pickups I got. I've been playing a lot of PS5, and I got a lot of, as you see there, I got a lot of debts. Last but not least, that the Sonic one at the bottom is for my son. He is now it's official. She's a Sonic collector now.
Mm-hmm.
He's collecting specifically for Sonic now. All the different games, all the different figures. That's his thing now. That's what he's chose to start collecting, and I'm going to enforce it to the highest caliber.
Nice.
That's all I got.
Cool.
Now, we're going to go back in time, Amara, to a time where everyone made jokes of me during that time when we were in the military about buying little figures for myself.
Yes.
And pre-ordering them, and then watching a few people see my pre-orders come in and go like, I want to go get them. And then it started a Beanie Baby craze after that.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it'd be funny, since it's the 10th anniversary, that we would talk about our Amiibo experience. And we're going to pick 2 different Amiibos, one which is our favorite and one that we think is the most ridiculous or silly one. So why don't you tell your story about your Amiibo experience?
It's, at the time it was really a cool thing. And there's no reason for Nintendo to not continue this craze, right? The only reason it's died off is because Nintendo has all but abandoned Amiibos and Amiibo support. If they still like gave Amiibo support to current games that are coming out, then people would still be going after all these Amiibos, right? I don't understand, why Nintendo can't like just concentrate on on the things that people like, it happens time and time again. With the Amiibos, with Street Pass, with you name it. These features that come out that people love, and then Nintendo's like, you guys have had enough of that. You don't need
No
it
more food.
anymore. Like, what the
No more
heck,
food.
man? I love that stuff. Keep giving it to me. So it's a little bit. It's a point of frustration now, but at the time, it was at a fever pitch. To have official like Nintendo figures was a pretty big thing at the time, because they existed as like World of Nintendo, but World of Nintendo figures weren't interactive with the games. Like, you could unlock like costumes and racers and stuff like that in Mario Kart and Super Mario Maker, like countless things. So like one amiibo had multiple different uses across several different games. Just, it was up to Nintendo what they wanted to support, which is nothing now. Obviously Super Smash Brothers was the big one. So you and I we dove head first
Way deep.
into way deep. And I agree. In hindsight, but at the time, FOMO hits you. You don't know. You don't have the luxury of knowing, what is going to be available later on. So at the time, we're like, holy crap! There's only going to be one print run of these things. If we don't get them now, we'll never get them. Yeah, so like, I mean, dude, we were like waiting in line, like console launch style, overnight at Target, freezing for hours. Since like, I mean, like, dude, I was out there at like 3 a.m. until they opened at like 9 or 8 or whatever it was. And dude, there was this one time, I was in Texas during most of this. But there was this one time and I can't remember what Amiibos it was. I remember Sheik being one of them. But we were outside Target, and there were like probably 10 of us that had waited there the entire night. And then there was this one guy that just like showed up and didn't get in line. He was just like hanging out with everyone and like being all unassuming and stuff. And then this month, I don't want to cuss too much, but this MFer, as soon as they open the doors, like, we're all in line, we're all like in order and like, being good people, and this asshole goes through the rest of the store, like, and beelines it to electronics and cuts in front of every single one of us to get those Amiibos.
I'll lose it.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, we like, no one said anything, but I said something like to the employees. I'm like, dude, this guy just cut in front of everybody. So they took his Amiibos away, and he didn't get them.
Good. I remember funny stories with us. I remember the snowstorm for Rosalina. That I couldn't leave the house because I couldn't get Rosalina, but you were able to find me one, which was outstanding. I remember the GameStop that I waited for us at, where the lady, like, they crashed the GameStop servers.
Yeah,
and you
it
wanted
happened
a
over and
Wario.
over again, man.
Yeah, you wanted the Wario. So I'll tell you a funny story that happened. I pre-ordered the first release of them, right? So I was like, I'm pre-ordering all of them, okay? And Nintendo was really smart about this. What they did was, I bought mine from Best Buy. So I pre-ordered the set, right? All these people were making fun of me. Oh my God, you bought little toys. Oh my God, those look so dumb. They're not even cool. I don't know why, blah, 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 blah. So I got the first set, and the two that I didn't get at the time when I bought the pre-order was the Villager and Marth. And I guess they didn't produce enough because Nintendo thought that it was a bust because people weren't pre-ordering them. So they were like, and they were trying to figure out the manufacturing and all that type of shit. So then there was this funny rumor mill that went out. Hey, Villager and Marth are rare. They're worth tons of money, and people are paying all this money for them.
And we
and
fit trainer.
Yeah, and then all hell broke loose. And
Yes.
like that's when
Yes, it
shit
did.
escalated.
Oh, big
I
time.
remember being at a medical appointment for Greninja. He was like a GameStop exclusive. And I waited. I told the lady for a medical appointment that I had to wait because I had to take an emergency phone call. And it wasn't for emergency phone call. It was just me trying to get Greninja. And then the store exclusives, running to fucking random stores to grab. There was one for each store, and you had to run around to fucking find the ones that they had.
Well, I think the worst one was whenever they had the gold Mario at Walmart. And it was just like randomly that Walmarts would end up with like one or two of them. So like people were like going crazy trying to find these gold Marios. And I ended up finding two of them just like randomly. I stopped in a Walmart like after work one day, and this is why this is one of the reasons why I'm thankful for the Facebook group that we're in, because for the most part, like everybody in that group is trustworthy, and like there isn't a whole lot of shenanigans that go on. There are exceptions to the rule, obviously, but that's just human nature. But anyway, before this group existed, I was in a couple other groups. One of them was Texas Retro Gamer Society. The other one
Oh
was
yes.
Dallas Retro Gamers, and this is because I was down in
Oh
Texas.
yes.
Talk about
Scudfest.
freaking scumbags everywhere. It was a minefield of
Scudfest.
assholes.
Scuds and I can name so many people in that place that were just awful.
Yeah,
Just
Dave
awful.
Clothier or whatever the fuck his name is. He's fuckhead number one. I hope you're listening to this, asshole. Such a piece of shit. Anyway,
Oh my god.
he's such a douchebag.
100%.
Yeah. I don't mince. I was trying not to cuss, but I will cuss for him. So anyway, like I tried to do something nice every once in a while in this group, like I do, and everyone's trying to look for this gold Mario, and I ended up finding one and like reserving it at Walmart, like buying it online. They were holding it for me, and this is whenever I found the other two at Greenville. So I didn't need a third, obviously. I didn't need two of them, but I didn't need a
Yep.
third for certain. So I reached out, or I posted in Texas Retro Gamer Society, and I told them the situation. I'm like, hey, if anyone's looking for a gold Mario amiibo, I have one. You can have it. Just all I ask is that you don't resell it, and that it's just for your collection and you enjoy it. So the first person that reached out to me, it was some female. She said that she was looking for one, and it was for her collection. So like I went online and I put her name in as the person picking it up, and she got it. And 2 days later, I see that she's selling it.
Dirty man.
It is. It's so ridiculous. I hate people so much, man. It happens so often. Like, I just, you do something nice and you immediately get kicked in the throat. Like, it's so disheartening.
It's funny because I'll say this too. That's when the reselling era started, was Amiibo. Because people would try to flip things for other things. Like, I got this gold Mario and I want to flip it for a Earthbound complete in box, or like
Mm-hmm.
$500, or on
Yeah.
eBay, or
Yeah,
people
just
grabbing every
ridiculous
single
prices.
copy of them. Horrible.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that too, because you found me one and then I found you the silver one. So we
Yeah.
just like swapped.
Yeah.
Because you needed one. The one time I got really pissed off, and I almost got arrested for this too. And you weren't there for this, but when I was here in Omaha by myself, I had a pre-order, and I went to go pick it up at Best Buy. The guy goes behind the counter. He goes, "Oh, they didn't come in. I'm sorry. Blah blah blah." What he was trying to do was he was trying to cancel all the orders so he could take the whole pallet for himself and then sell them somewhere else.
Dirty.
So he was doing it to everybody that walked up. But what happened was when I walked around the corner, you remember the one that's in Pavilion, like they had like a little storage bin area?
Yeah.
I could see them and I could see my name on it. And I was like, nah, dude, that's mine right there. And he was like, oh no, those are actually for shipments for other stores. And I'm like, oh, so you have items coming to your store that are shipping right back out? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And then he got like really cocky with me and he's like, why don't you mind your own effing business? And you're not getting it, and blah blah blah. And so then I walked over to the bin and I pulled the bin open and took my pre-order out.
Dang.
And then he like tried to call the manager on me. They're like, we're gonna call the security guy that's for you. You're gonna call the police. I'm like, dude. I'm like, he's telling people that they don't have pre-orders and he's stealing these things. And they were all like, I guess all of them together, like trying to get hooked up and stuff. So I caused the scene, and then they got nervous because other people were coming up to pick up pre-orders. They found out what was going on, and then they changed their tune. But it was I think it was for it was an exclusive to their store. I think it was one of the Kirby ones. I think I don't know. None of the Kirby ones. It was one exclusive to it. I can't remember. But dude, it got like real ugly. And then they tried to ban me from pre-ordering from the store. I'm like, okay, you're gonna ban me. But yeah, like it's just like, I don't know.
People lose their minds. They lose their freaking morals over this stuff. It's pathetic, and that's where that's the ugly side of Amiibos. And looking back 10 years later, that's my takeaway is just people suck, man. Like, like I don't. For every bad story, I don't have a good story about Amiibos, and like it's the FOMO of it all. And did I fall for the FOMO? Absolutely, I did. This was around the same time that Limited Run was putting stuff out, and I was getting everything. So I've learned from it.
We got to see finally, and I will say this is true. We got to finally see like the bad side of collecting. Oh, I got to have one in the box. I got to have one outside the box.
Yeah.
I got to have two. Why do you need fucking two? Open your fucking shit and play with it. Or my favorite one that I used to always laugh at was like people trying to like, hey, I need a gold Mario and I have the most common amiibo ever, and we can do a trade and it's like actually an even trade. Like, really? Like, you're gonna do that? It's like fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I remember the funniest conversations we had was we would always say this. We're done, dude. We're not doing this no more. Screw this shit.
And then the next one.
The next one comes out, we're like, dude, we gotta get it.
Complete
Fucking
amnesia.
Nintendo.
I've got a funny story. It's a mutual acquaintance of ours, Kingsley Blanchard, right? I've got a funny story. Like I went to Screw Attack Gaming Convention while I was in Dallas, or the Dallas area. And I think it was the last Screw Attack Gaming Convention they ever had. But they had this tournament where people brought in an amiibo with their fighter on it, and then their amiibo would fight the other amiibo, and then whoever lost had to smash their own amiibo.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Blanchard at the time it was a rare amiibo. He brought in Wii Fit Trainer. He won the tournament. He won the tournament with the Wii Fit Trainer, and he ended up smashing his amiibo anyway. Just because he's Kingsley.
I love him. Kingsley's the best. He is absolutely the best. Love it.
It was funny. I remember seeing him there, and he won that tournament.
So we're gonna start you off first. We're gonna make this a positive thing, but Nintendo, you had a good run with them. Boy, you shook every fucking penny out of my pocket. Thanks, eBay. Thanks for being dicks. Love you, eBay. Love that you just can't help yourselves with letting them put $300 for every fucking amiibo that went on there. Congratulations. Did I overspend on a couple? Maybe, but not that much.
Yeah.
So we're gonna pick our two. I thought we'll do the ones we like the most, and then we'll do the goofy one because I think that's more fun. So we'll start off with you, sir.
All right. The one I like the most, and I can't split them up. So it's a pair. I think you can guess. These badasses right here.
Oh, there they go.
That's yes, pretty. Simon and Richter. I couldn't pick.
I remember when they announced it and you didn't hear nothing about it, and I sent it to you, and you had like a freaking heart because
Oh, dude,
you were
I
so
freaked
bad.
out, man.
You were so bad.
That's the one reveal that I'm so sad I missed because I would have flipped the F out, man. Like my guys, my Belmonts, I can play as my Belmonts in Smash Brothers. That's insane.
Yep.
And the fact that there's a Dracula fight to go with it, that's incredible. It's to this day, I can't believe they pulled that off. Well, I do because Solid Snake was in there, so Konami is definitely receptive to it. But those two were the ultimate, man. And it's too bad that Trevor didn't make it in too, because he deserves to be in. You know,
100%.
just like another skin or whatever. But anyway,
since we're on Metroidvanias, of course, since we're going to go down that road. This one, I just think it's the coolest looking one. I like it because it's like the best paint job I've ever seen on Amiibos. I saw a lot of good detailed Amiibos, but man, did they freaking kill Dark Samus?
Yeah, I was looking at that one too.
Holy crap,
that was awesome.
Man. He looks so cool. And whoever does their art deco for these things, man, like, man.
Did you just say he looks cool? You know that's a girl, right?
You don't know if Dark Samus is a she or a he. You don't know that. You don't know that.
That's true. That's true.
So I'm going with he right now, you know. but I love that it's not like the sparkly, like over the top, like princess sparkly, you know, but it's got kind of like that sheen to it. It looks so cool. And when they announced this, he was actually he was at the backside of it, and he was actually really hard to find. He was one of the hardest ones that I wasn't able to find.
I don't remember ever picking that one up. You might have got that one for me or something, because I've got that one, and I don't remember getting it.
I think I got it for you.
Yeah, you probably did.
I saw, because they had. I think I went to pick up my order, and they had another one, and I just like grabbed it while I was there. But man, I just love it, and it's just really cool. All right, Goofy one.
So I had to go with a proxy because I don't have the Goofy one that I wanted. I got rid of it. My favorite Goofy one is Yarn Poochie.
Yes, he's great too.
I love Poochie, dude. I've always loved Poochie. That is the cutest little dog, man. But in his stead, since that is my choice, but I don't have it to show off, I grabbed my guy Koopa Troopa. I mean, how can you not love this guy?
How crazy is that, though, that he's like one of the most uncommon ones because he came out for that 3DS game?
So
him and the Goomba. Him and the Goomba are like the most uncommon ones, which makes no sense to me.
Yeah, makes no sense.
I can't believe I was afraid you were going to pick the one that I had, but man, you're gonna know what it is as soon as I grab it, because it was the most. It makes no sense for the character. I think it was made specifically for young kids because it was a trend at the time that young kids were doing.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And
planking Luigi.
I don't understand this. Someone in that office was like, what can we do with Luigi? Like, dude, Super Mario Bros. So you could make him fly in the air with those little kicky feet, you know? Like something. They're like, well, the kids like planking, so why don't we do him planking?
Yeah.
He's never planked ever in a video game. Never. This makes no sense.
Not until Smash Brothers.
Oh my god. This is so cheesy. Every time Leland or my kids see him, they go like, man, Luigi planks? That's pretty cool. And I'm like, no, it's not cool. That's not Luigi at all.
Yeah, I thought about that one. I thought about it.
Caveat, are you still collecting for Amiibo?
I'm not.
10 years.
But it's very situational. So like I did not pick up, and I have no desire to pick up whatever the crap his name is for Kingdom Hearts. I do not care about Kingdom Hearts whatsoever. But whenever like Joker came out for Persona, I love that game. So I was excited to see it. If they put out more Amiibos of characters that I like, yeah, 100%, I'll get them all day long. Dude, make 10 Bowsers. I'll buy all 10.
Yep. How do they not make Peach's Bowser, like him playing on the piano? Like our Mario movie ones. I was thinking about this other day. I'm like, they make no Mario movie Amiibos. That's fucking crazy.
Well, think about it. Wonder just came out with no Amiibo support. Like, why? They've completely abandoned it.
Well, they haven't abandoned it. I think they're trying to finish up the Smash Brothers for the end of which is like the last ones is Kingdom Hearts. But they do Splatoon, and I do have other random ones. Am I still collecting them? Yes, I am. Yes, Nintendo, you still got me. Because I'm like, if I started this, I just need to finish this out. I don't like all the Pokemon ones. Don't just let me get that out there.
What about all the Animal Crossing ones too?
Fuck no.
Yeah.
I bought those cards, like the ones I showed you on the thing. I bought those cards because I know someone at Ben's will love them, and they were like, so the card pack was like $30, and I picked them up for $2 at a thrift store. And if someone likes them, I can just give them to them. Mm-hmm. So. But yeah, good run, man. We had a good run. It was fun. Was the peak of collecting.
it was fun, and I miss it because it gets you something to be excited about. It makes you feel like a kid again. If you are a kid, or if you were a kid during the time when Amiibos were out, then you certainly couldn't afford it. So it was a good time to actually have an income and have a kid-like thing to purchase. You know what I mean?
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
All right. Since we're talking about our cool physical products that we have here, I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead. Sorry. We're gonna do a Bars Night of the Movies first, so I apologize. I haven't been here in a while. Please, I've been on vacation, so I'm kind of thrown off. But when we were gone. I gave him a movie a while back. It's probably in December. I had a movie that was called Batman and Ninja Turtles, which in your head you think it's like it's gonna be a cool kid movie, kid friendly movie. But I'll let Abar explain to you what happened to me when I watched the movie the first time. So, what is your take on Batman and Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, so I've got Batman versus the Ninja Turtles here.
Yeah.
And basically, the Shredder has come to Gotham City to build this machine to mutate. Well, it's he's doing a favor for somebody else. I can't remember the dude's name. I'm not up on DC.
Ra's al Ghul.
Okay, that dude. So he's in cahoots with Ra's al Ghul, and he wants this pool of immortality, and in exchange, he's going to steal all these tech parts to build this machine. Baxter Stockman is going to build this machine to mutate everyone in the city, and everyone's going to destroy themselves. So, the Ninja Turtles obviously are coming after Shredder to stop him, but they're new in town. No one knows about them, and whenever this tech goes missing, they're there in the fray, and people think that they're responsible because they're mutants or whatever. So Batman thinks that they're the bad guy, and they think that Batman's the bad guy because they've never heard of the Batman. So they verse each other at the beginning, and then Batman whoops their ass. My gosh, puts the brakes to him. And then finally they realize that they're on the same team. The crazy part, and the part that I thought was really cool, is when they went to Arkham Asylum, and turned all of them into like mutants, like freaking Harley Quinn, and Poison Ivy. That was hilarious. Hilarious. Wait, she can't reach us? Oh, let's just go around.
That's a great little joke.
Oh, that was so funny. The comedy was really good in that. So yeah, like you were saying, it's definitely got a lot of things that kids would laugh at, but it's not for kids. It's very violent. There's decapitations and blood and death and whatever. It's not your like 80s Ninja Turtles, early 90s Ninja Turtles.
Put a rating on that damn thing, because what I did was
that's true.
Was so Leland was really into Ninja Turtles. I showed him the old cartoons. He was all into it, right? He walked by Target and he's like, "Dad, Batman and Ninja Turtles, and I was like, "Oh, of course. Let's get it." and we could watch it together. And he was really excited and stuff. Sit downstairs in the old basement, and we're just sitting there like this. And the first thing I see is Shredder freaking decapitating somebody, and I was like, and I wish I could have took a picture of Leland's face when the dude's head hit the ground, because he was like, "Did he just knock his head off?" And I was like, "Oh no, we need to watch something else." And just kind of put back on the old Turtles. Dude, I was horrified. I've had this shit happen to me twice: the Spider-Man movie, and then this thing back to back. It was horrible. Worst dad ever.
It happens, man. But the funny thing is, like, you know, they ended up beating all of the Arkham Asylum like villains, but they didn't turn them back into themselves. They just left them as mutants.
Yep.
Like, they just left them.
Well, they don't do. I mean, they're all, like, look at Bebop and Rocksteady have been mutants the entire time. I don't think they have anything to reverse. They had one episode, I think, where they had like a reverse gun, but Splinter broke it because he tried to shoot him. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they end up like saving the day and whatever. Like, but it was funny because, like, you know, it was a distraction, the whole Arkham Asylum thing, so that they could like finish the machine and like steal the last part that they needed, which they did, and it was a distraction because I completely forgot about, you know, Shredder and everything. Like, Shredder versus Batman, that was a cool fight.
Awesome fight.
Yeah. And the fact that Shredder's got that crazy, like, Shredder and Splinter have that technique that only those two know. That's pretty neat.
Yep. Yeah, that's really cool.
So yeah, that was an awesome movie. I don't think I would give it a 5 out of 5. So at four, I'd buy that for $1 out of 5 is my rating for that movie.
As if it was a kids movie, like if I was a kids movie and it was more goofy and stuff, I think I would agree the same thing with you. I'd probably give it a 5 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
The problem that I had was the only thing I had. I thought the story they did was perfect.
Yeah, it was great.
Like, I was like, wow, they really thought out like things to put in there and stuff. But come on, man, like, you know, like, I understand, like, they did the whole Batman, like, with the Ninja Turtles kind of thing like that, you know, like, all they're against each other. I thought that was pretty cool. But, like, you could have, like, I don't know, they could have, I would have thought it would have been cool. This is just me. Like, what if Batman had a turtle comm, right? And they call him and say, "Hey, Shredder's coming to Gotham City, and we're on our way." You know, like, kind of funny shit like that.
Yeah,
that would have been freaking awesome. Shredder, I like the look of Shredder. Yes. I'm a big Shredder nut. It's like my second favorite look of him. They did a really good job on him. DC killed the art style of him.
So that was Mark Hamill, right, as the Joker still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Batman.
And I will say, my favorite surprise of the whole thing was the voice that they gave Baxter Stockman. Yep. They made him sound like freaking oh my gosh, I can't think of his name. Jurassic Park, The Fly. You know what I'm talking about?
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff Goldblum.
Ian Malcolm. Thank you, Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, they made him sound like Jeff Goldblum because he's the Fly.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
It's so funny,
dude. I liked it a lot by myself. I would just say, caveat: don't show it to your kids unless they're old enough. I think it'd be a fun older movie for my kids, but like I would do it again. But I just thought when I saw this, I can't believe that they actually, DC and Nickelodeon, like, trusted each other enough to go like, "Hey, do the product."
It was good, and I'm very happy to say that the most badass turtle, Raphael, is still the most badass turtle.
Here we go.
He's such a badass.
I can't wait for Ghostbusters Street Sharks. That's the next one I want. Oh, did you hear? There's a rumor mill. I don't know if this is true or not. I saw it on Facebook. I could be a total lie. Did you know they're doing like prequels to different characters of G.I. Joe, like Sergeant Slaughter and Duke in them, like a backstory and stuff? Yeah, like I heard some rumor about it. I don't know if it's true, so I have to look into it. But they said something about Sergeant Slaughter doing it. I'm like, dude, that'd be freaking awesome.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
All right.
So
Enough our.
what's your rating for?
Uh,
Oh, you
I would
said
say
you'd give it a 4 also.
I'll give it all four all in the reflexes and 4 for sure.
Gotcha. Well, new movie.
That's right. I am ready. So I'm going to let you know I have chosen 2 comedies and 1 horror movie for you.
Oh boy.
But it's also it's a horror comedy.
Okay.
So A, B, or C, sir. Those are your choices.
I'm gonna say C.
Oh man, I so happy you picked this because I talked to you about this the other time. This is Out Cold, sir.
Oh
This is my
god,
blockbuster.
I've never seen it.
This is my 10.99 blockbuster copy. You might know that guy in the middle there. That's
Zach
Zach
Galifianakis.
Galifianakis is in there, and that's his first movie that he did.
That's funny.
And as you see here, this is actually from Blockbuster. This is a literal Blockbuster movie I bought. If you don't believe me, booyaka!
Nice. And that freaking film over the top that says property of Blockbuster.
That's right. I could not find this movie, by the way, like to buy. And so there's a scene in it. I won't spoil it for you, but it was like one of the first like kind of like viral videos from back in the day because people thought it was real. Like basically like I'll go into like it's like one of the scenes that all these guys do is mess with someone when they're drunk, and one of the scenes someone really thought someone did it. Like they thought it was like it wasn't a movie. They thought they actually like it was actually like a
Oh
real
gosh.
prank, and it like went viral. And that's how Zach Galifianakis got big in Hollywood because of it. So you're gonna love it. I can't wait. I cannot wait for all the scenes you're gonna see in this movie because dude,
Awesome.
it is probably as funny as basketball. Like no joke from that era. So you're
Wow.
definitely in for a treat. I'm telling people, if you find this, you need to buy it. It is underrated.
Nice.
All right. Now we get back to our physical talk. Since I've been saying physical for it's like the secret word for Pee Wee Herman here. So during my adventures out today, I went to get Tekken 8. And I'll tell you the first portion of it. I bought it on Amazon. I pre-ordered it day 1, right? And of course, I get a notification saying that we're sold out, and we're going to get another set of them, but it's going to take 4 to 6 months, possibly. Was
What?
like the justification for it, and I was like, "What the hell?" So I canceled it, and it always happens to me. I pre-order on day 1, and it's always like I don't get my product. I don't understand it. Maybe it's because I'm in the Midwest or whatever. I don't know, but I saw that the Target had them, right? And when I looked at Target, it said it had 20, right? And then it dropped randomly down to 7. And I was like, what the hell? So I placed my pre-order in. I go to the store, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I should check. Maybe they might have a copy for you or something like that. Maybe I can grab another copy, just in case, blah, blah, blah. I went over to the Target area where the games were, and guess what? It was not there. The only game they had in the front thing was Avatar, which was very weird.
Yeah, very.
And then so I went in the back, and I went to ask the lady. Said, "You're here to pick up?" I said, "Yeah." So I picked it up, and when I got back there, I said, "Hey, this game wasn't in the front at all." And she's like, "Oh no, we don't store them in the front anymore because most people will just order it online, and they'll just come back here and get them. So we don't put them in the front." So if I was a normal person going to the store and just pick up the game,
sucks.
you wouldn't know that it was actually there. You would just think like, "Oh, it's sold out." And so luckily I did that, but it's becoming a common problem now. I think our physical time is almost over. It's hard to find games.
I can see kind of why they would do that, just because, but that doesn't make any sense to me. Like storing it in one place versus another, like it's just lazy. It's lazy on their part. I get that, like most people do, like remote pickups or whatever, but dude, there's so many people that go in the store too. Like I'd like to see the sales data. Maybe there's some data to like back it up, but I'm very surprised that they wouldn't want to have it front facing so that people inside could see that it's for sale. That's crazy to me.
I think it's weird. I think retail now is going towards this aspect. Instead of you like us, we're used to just walking around a store looking for things we want, get it and go. You know what I'm saying? That's our thing. But now it's like I don't want to do that. I don't want to really get out of my car. I don't want to go inside and deal with people or bad customer service or these type of things like that. So I just order it and then I just put the order. I have the app and I just pick it up. It's same thing like McDonald's now. Every time
Yeah.
I go to McDonald's now, it's like, did you use the app? No, I don't.
Every
use the
time,
app.
man. Every time.
And so it's just like I think their era of like instant gratification with apps is like I'll just pick it up on there and just go pick it up. I don't like it. I like to go on my own and look. Yeah, maybe I'm old. Sorry, little skunk in my beard. But like I don't understand it because like I should be able to have the ability to go to a store and buy something. And now
Yeah.
it just seems like I have to go through hoops to find it. And what if that inventory is wrong? Because I do logistics. What if I go there and it says 6, I order it and I go there and it's not there?
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's a weird problem now, and like Target's doing this in Walmart. Their physical section is shrinking. Best Buy, we already know that they've all but gotten rid of all of their movies. Like games are next. Physical in general has dropped off because of the acceptance more and more of new generations for digital content and not actually owning it physical. But it's concerning because time and again we see where 10, 20-year-old systems or servers for these games go offline, and then you have no say in it. You only own the license. You don't own the actual physical game. So, you have no say in the matter, even though you paid this license to, Sony or Nintendo or Microsoft or whoever. I'm sure it's in that, 20,000 page user agreement that, it could go away without notice, but you signed it and, you've got no recourse at that point.
Well, it's like the Sony thing with the Discovery Channel stuff that people bought Discovery Channel episodes and it was gone. Also, my fear is this, and something that a lot of people have been thinking about, and I'm gonna, here's the crazy thing I'm gonna say. This came from the Game Chasers, and I thought it was an interesting thing that he said, and I really thought this was very interesting, and I didn't think about this. This is what, and I'm gonna quote him. It's also going to affect art. Because the fact of the matter is, have you watched movies now where you watch an old movie and it goes, well, these views and things in the movie are from a different time.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's going to happen in the future? Are they going to censor these movies? Are they going to take out get like the TV version of the movie instead of the actual version of the movie that the director wanted you to see?
Yeah.
And the same thing across the board, like me, I'm obsessively looking for Blu-rays right now because I don't like not owning something that I enjoy. I want to see the movies that I enjoy. I'm sorry, I don't like the new movies. And if I buy Big Trouble in Little China on Amazon and then they're like, well, we're not renewing the license. Oh, you don't get that movie anymore and no one has it. What's going to happen?
Yeah. I remember, did you ever watch that MTV cartoon series Daria?
Of course, love that show.
Yeah, so back in the day, like whenever it was actually airing on MTV, it had a whole lot of like licensed music on it. And I remember people being up in arms like whenever it came out on DVD that music wasn't there anymore. And that's another case of like, the license not being paid for and the actual original content being altered because of the license. These licenses aren't forever. But like one thing is for certain, like if you buy it on physical, then you don't have to worry about a license because it's there, right? It's there. You physically have it. You own it. You can resell it. But with digital, I can never see myself fully accepting digital. I mean, like, you know, you're different with DVDs and Blu-rays, but I've all but accepted, you know, the fact that, like, I don't want to keep like expanding room on my shelf for like Blu-rays and DVDs unless it's something that like really means something to me. I mean, I'll freaking get 10 copies of the Hateful Eight. I don't care. You know what I mean? And like
Dragon
Starship
Warrior
Troopers, and yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, you know, unless it really means something to me, I don't really need it on physical. But I don't feel the same way about video games. Like, it doesn't matter if it means something to me or not. I want it physical because I paid that money.
So let's say, for example, this is, and I'll throw this out to you, caveat, right? This movie, right? Yeah. I've not seen this on Blu-ray. I haven't seen this on anything else but this. Okay. So what if I have a memory, you know, I'm sitting down here like, man, I would really love to see that movie. Let me look it up online. Oh, look, it's not on this.
Oh, yeah. No. I totally get it.
It's not on this one. I totally get it.
And even if it is on that one, it won't be there next month, you know?
Correct. So, like, I don't have every movie in the world. I always enjoyed movies. I like video games and stuff, but like sometimes, like, I get burnt down on games sometimes, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? Oh, you know what? I'll watch some movies, or I'll sit in bed and I'll watch something. You know, something that it brings back a feeling. Like, you'll laugh. I watched Jason X. Come on now, like, that's like, I showed you the trailer of the thing that you saw. Like, there's some great memories to them going to the theater, going to see them, and those type of things like that. And what was funny was we were talking about this a while ago because everyone was like selling their DVDs and getting rid of all their stuff and like everything's going to be great. But I knew about it when Netflix first came out because my mindset when I saw of Netflix, I was like, oh, I can watch any movie I want. Any movie I want to watch, I can watch it on there. They have everything. They're like like a virtual blockbuster. I can watch it anytime.
Yeah.
And then I was like, let me look up Big Trouble in Little China. And guess what? They didn't have it.
There. Yeah.
Let me look up Ninja Turtles. It wasn't there. And then it just got worse and worse. And I'm like, then what the F is this for? Like, I can't watch anything I want to watch. So then I started going back to DVDs.
And you hit on another thing too. And I actually have 2 points, but I'll hit on the thing that you talked about. The fact that you have to go from service to service looking for which one has what, right?
Correct.
That sucks. Like, I've done that several times whenever we did the Ibarra's Night at the Movies. Just, you know, instead of having to borrow it from you, I want to see if it's on streaming so we don't have to, like, make that exchange. But I have to go to Netflix, and then I have to go to Amazon Movies, and then I have to, you know, like, on down to see who's got it if they have it. And if they don't, then I have to borrow it from you physically.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like, so that's a problem. And even if you want like the entire library, everything at your fingertips, you're going to be paying the Netflix fee. You're going to be paying the Hulu fee. You're paying the HBO fee. You're paying the Amazon fee. Like, it all adds up. It's not cheap.
Well, like $10.99. I bought this. I own it. They can't take it away from me. I bought it. It's my right. It's mine. I get to have this, which is great. Yeah. The problem that I have with the online marketplace is that, like, I don't know, like, you know, like, it's tough for me because, like, I try to like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get a digital movie. I'm gonna do it. Let's do it. Blah blah blah. And I try to commit to it. And then, like, I will buy something. I'm not joking with you. I bought Bloodsport on Amazon, right? And I was like, I can turn it on anytime I want to, no problem like that. I bought it for a month, and then it disappeared. And then guess who bought the rights to it? YouTube. YouTube bought the licensing from it. So they basically, what they do is they swap this stuff around.
Yeah.
So like, you think
like
it's on
trading
one
cards.
and then you're like switching over to another one, and it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And that's the portion that frustrates me. And also, I like looking at something and reading it. Okay, I might like this, or I like going into a place and being like, okay, I'm definitely not gonna like that, but this one looks fun. I'm gonna get this, and
Yeah.
it takes the fun out of it too. Uh, like I don't know. It's the same thing with video games right now. I think this is the last generation that will have the ability to play DVDs and Blu-rays and 4Ks. I think this is it. I think everything from this point forward after this
We'll be
generation will
streaming.
all streaming all the time.
You
And
might be
what's
right.
funny is you guys don't even know. I paid $6 for this. Okay, $6. If I'm playing a streaming service for the entire year, I'm paying $70 for YouTube. So equal that out when I could have just paid $6 and watch this whenever I want
Yeah.
to. And that's the hustle. And then they charge you full price, $30 for a movie. And now they got the theater experience where, oh, you can watch it at home, but you can pay $40. You can rent
Yeah.
it for $30 and all this thing. I understand why you're paying like $20 for this, because you have to pay for the plastic, you have to pay for the disc, you have to pay for all the stuff in it. Understand that. But the thing is, now they're charging you the same price like you're getting a physical thing.
I know. Well,
Now
and
digital
that,
will be different.
yeah,
Maybe different
and
is like $10 or something like that. You know what I mean?
sure, yeah, it's the same with like video games. Like you've never seen them disc. Well, I won't say never, but it's typically if you buy a brand new game digitally, it's still going to be the same price as if you bought it physically. That never made sense to me at all. Like the cost of making a physical good isn't subtracted from that digital cost, and it doesn't make sense to me at all.
Here's the scary portion that you're not ready for, that I'm going to blow your mind right now. Are you ready? And
Yeah.
this came right in my head. What happened when we had streaming services? Multiple streaming services came out. What's going to happen with Capcom and Konami and all these third-party people?
They'll
And they're going
be
to make
like
their
Amazon and Netflix, and
yes.
yeah, I know.
And guess what? You're going to be paying more fees for more exclusive things.
Capcom Plus, Konami Plus,
Buy our Pachinko machines.
Nintendo Plus.
Yeah, and it's, dude, I'm paying more money right now on streaming services than I would be on just physical games.
Yeah.
And I really think that, I mean, this might be the wrap for me. This might be the wrap for collecting for me. You know, it's scary to say that. We could be done collecting, and it's not going to affect us. It's going to affect all the stores and things that we love.
Yeah.
And physical is going to go through the roof, because people are going to realize that this is a failure, and people are going to want all that physical stuff back again, which means the costs are going to go through the roof. Why do you think VHS is so expensive right now?
Yeah, just look at
crazy.
records. Records have hit a resurgence because people want them physically.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'd open our own VHS store and like have exclusive, like limited run.
No, Laserdisc store.
Yes. You like Frisbees?
So I'll just say one more thing is the movie that I watch all the time, and this was actually something, it was always background noise, but I still love the movie. I'll still watch it like on purpose. I already said it, it's a Hateful Eight, but Netflix has an exclusive version that is not out physically, and it scares me because if they ever pull it, there's no way to watch it.
Yep.
It's the extended version, and it's like way better than the theatrical version, in my opinion.
Yep.
There's so much added to it. But it never came out physically. If it came out physically, of course I'd buy it. But right now I'm beholden to or I'm at the mercy of Netflix, who at a whim could just pull it for no reason.
100%.
So far they haven't, but I dread the day that they do.
And it sucks, man. And it's good. I'm giving my sons a learning experience. Like I told you, like Leland got a VHS TV. because he asked me a question. What happened was he asked me a question about these, like, what are these? And I said, well, we don't have like digital stuff back in the day. We would just go to a place and we would pick up the thing. And he saw like the turtles and the Mario and stuff. And what happened was he went over to my mother-in-law's house and he's like, hey, that's the thing that my dad showed me. And he's like, can I have that? And so he brought it home. I had a head cleaner, by the way, which is don't age me out. I had a brand new VHS head cleaner, so I cleaned the inside of it.
Yes.
And dude, you don't even know. I didn't tell you this, but it was really funny. I popped that Turtles one in there, and I literally just sat on the floor, Indian style, like a kid, and just watched it. And dude, it was the worst version, verse video quality. But dude, that humming sound from the VHS
man.
and all that stuff, dude.
The crackling and
mwah,
yeah,
mwah.
I know it. Yeah.
If I was Italian, I would shake my hand like this as hard as I could.
No comment.
No comment. But yeah, that's what I love about it. That's what I really appreciate. But the thing is right now is that I can get a better video quality. That's why I go with the Blu-rays now. So
yeah,
that's why. But yeah, I don't want to keep kicking this dang thing.
You know what? While I'm at it, Quentin Tarantino, all of your movies are out on 4K except for The Hateful Eight. What is that all about? What's the problem?
Try Bloodsport is only in 4K in Germany. The only place has it is Germany.
I don't understand that at all.
I don't want to pay $60 for it, but I want it. I want it so bad.
Yeah,
want it.
Makes no sense. I don't get it.
I don't either. God dang it. Physical, come on back. Please. I'll open the door for you. I'll hug you.
It's going in the wrong direction, man. Wrong direction.
All right. Speaking of that, let's just get out of the past and we'll go to the future. Virtual reality. Since I have an extensive knowledge of virtual reality, fails and good things, I thought it would be an interesting topic for both of us to talk about, like our experiences with virtual reality, what we think about it, gameplay wise, and also, do you think it's sustainable for the known future? Maybe when these consoles go away, that we're just all playing VR games. What is your mindset on virtual reality?
So, I was an early adopter of the Oculus, the very first. I won't say the very first Oculus, because the very first Oculus was a Kickstarter, and it was a beta version. But the first commercial Oculus headset I got and was an early adopter, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. It was really cool. It was novel at the time, and there aren't that many times in your lifetime when a brand new technology like that comes out. So I wanted to be at the forefront and experience it with everyone else for the first time. PlayStation was a little bit later on after the Oculus, but that was kind of the perfect way for a lot of people to get their first experience, because who doesn't have a PlayStation 4 at the time, right? You don't have to buy an expensive computer to be able to run VR like you did whenever it was early adopted, because I want to say the headset was like $800 or something like that, and then I had to buy the computer on top of it, which was another like $1,500. So all in, it was like $2,300, and this was back in like 2013 ish. Yeah.
I watched Melissa run into a wall when Jay bought his. He was an early adopter, and he had it. And dude, I'll have to show you the video of it. It was amazing.
Remember the girl that busted her face at the VR place that we went to in Papillion?
Oh yeah, that's right.
She was running away from a zombie, and she was bleeding all over the place, man.
Dude, she got wrecked.
Oh, she wrecked herself bad.
I was not. Here's the thing: when everyone was talking about the Oculus, like you had, I didn't know like what it was pertaining. In my mind, we only had Virtual Boy. So I'm like, everything's gonna be in front of you. Yeah. When I saw the Oculus, I was like, this is like groundbreaking, game changing.
Yeah,
like all around you,
man, insane.
And I mean, dude, Jay was so happy about it. He's like, dude, you don't even know what you're about to experience. Like, it's crazy. And I was like, okay, I've seen everything. But he put me in a game. It was I don't know if you ever played it before. It was like little stick figures, and you had like a bow, and you act like you're at a castle, and like you shoot like bows at
No,
people and
I
stuff.
didn't play that.
Dude, here's how bad it was. I thought I was literally standing on a castle that I always thought like I was gonna fall off the side of it.
Oh
Like,
yeah, dude, it gives you vertigo bad, man.
real bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very convincing to your senses. Dude, there's this one experience where like you put your hands on the table, like your actual hands, and then like you look down and then there's like spiders crawling across. Oh dude. No.
Or the one I saw that is my favorite is the one where it's on wood and they have to walk on it and it's like
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
panics. They like panic to death on it. Dude, those videos had me dying laughing. Like people would
Yeah.
push people off and shit, which I thought was hilarious. Such a funny thing.
VR for the first time to someone who's never experienced VR and is not used to it is very dangerous. Like people
100%.
bust themselves, dude. It's bad because they don't know how to, like, their body, their instincts just kick in. Like they're just used to doing a certain thing when they see a certain thing. So for you to force your body to then stand still instead, then it's just unnatural. So
my thing is like you just said, you said experiences. That's the problem I think that happened with VR is that it wasn't fully games. It was just, oh, you can do an experience, a Star Wars experience. You can do a Batman
Oh, here's a
experience.
T-Rex. It's like running over the top of you, and yeah, it was very primitive at first.
Correct. So like so then when the first game that really blew my mind, like in VR, was Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
7 messed me up to where the point that's when I was like, I'm in on this. Like this is legit.
Yeah. Well, and
What
by
was
the
yours?
way, 7, yeah, F that noise. No, that's a big nope for me.
What about Home Sweet Home?
Yeah, the freaking box cutter. Oh, that was cool, man. Yeah. I don't know that there was any one game where I'm like, holy crap, I'm in. Because I was trying just everything. There was one, it was this like space shooter. So I was like sitting in my chair and then like looking around and like dog fighting, and it was super cool. I don't remember the name of it though. But the reason I kind of wanted to talk about VR right now is it's topical. Apple is about to come out with their headset in a few days. Their $3,500 AR/VR headset, and I don't know enough about it to talk about it, whether it's worth it or not. At $3,500, I'm going to say right now it's not worth it.
Do you remember? Do you remember the Xbox One, the one that the Xbox was thinking about doing their own version of it, and you know how they were sitting at the like they were showing the guy sitting at the table, and he was like doing games and stuff.
Yeah,
like that. That's what the AR is.
Well,
doing.
that's Microsoft. That was Microsoft's. I can't remember what they call it.
Yeah, they're calling like an AR headset or something like that. Like they never came out with it. Like
no, not yet.
But that's what they do. You can like literally put this thing on and like you can like build something in front of you, or you can play cards with people and stuff
in front of you. But I mean, like, I don't know how you can justify $3,500 for a new piece of tech like that. I mean, I know it's Apple and people are still going to buy it regardless, just because this is Apple's new thing. I saw the writing on the wall whenever they came out with the iPad the first time. So like I was an early adopter of that, but I knew the value of that. I don't see the value in this. Not at $3,500.
Facebook kind of like won it, I think, honestly. Like I love PSVR. Like my whole thing with the VR was like, okay, you're gonna get game companies behind it, like and make VR games. That's awesome. Like you would like, okay, I can do like we did Gran Turismo or like Castlevania, for example, or like Doom or all these crazy things. That's why I thought in my head like all these cool things. But like all I got on PSVR, and I love it to death, is I only got experiences, like maybe something that I can play for like 20 to 30 minutes or to an hour at that.
Yeah, and I mean, like, people have different tolerances for VR too. We have to acknowledge that. Where, oh gosh, I was playing this game. I think, oh yeah, it was called The Drift. Um, and like basically this this space station that you're in like blows up, and then you have to like go and basically it's kind of a survival thing, but you're inside of a spacesuit, so like you look around, you've got like this HUD in front of you, and but it's super disorienting and it makes you queasy over time. So like I have a pretty high tolerance for it. I played it for about 2 hours, but by the end of my gameplay, I was just like, I felt like I came out of a cave, like taking off that headset, and I felt pretty queasy.
Melissa, by the way, it was a funny story. So remember when I went? I told you like I went to the demo of the PSVR to check it out.
Yeah.
So I went there, I checked it out, I thought it was really cool. Melissa got into it, thought it was really cool, like because it's just like you're going slow, right? Well, Until Dawn came out, that was the first game I bought for PSVR, the
Uh-huh.
light gun roller coaster game.
Yeah.
So she gets in it, right? And she's all in on this, like this is the coolest thing ever. Because it's just sitting there, just shooting stuff, blah blah.
Was she like screaming and stuff?
No, she was just kind of like enjoying it. Well, the first up the coaster, like you're going up, and then you're dropping. They don't have that thing now where it goes black to kind of keep your balance.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
uh-huh.
she took that first hill, and dude, like she like went into throw up mode immediately. Like I'm gonna throw up. Like, and
Well,
then
that's
she
what I'm
took it
talking
off.
about, man. Like you're used to one thing. Like your eyeballs are seeing one thing, so your body's expecting to feel something that it's not feeling, and it completely throws off your inner ear. Like it's so bad. Like if you're not expecting it.
And the technology now is different. I'll say from the side of PSVR 2, their eye tracking is genius because it follows you where you look instead of like
Yeah,
it's staying stagnant in one place. So if I look around for something, it makes it seem like I'm actually like focusing on that
that's cool as
instead of the
hell.
other way around. So it's really
Hmm.
really cool. PSVR 1 on the other hand, you have to like do manual settings to like cut down the thing,
Yeah.
and it sucks. But I mean,
So
great experiences though.
so with PlayStation VR 2, like you were talking about, like how many games are out for it? Is it as robust and healthy as PSVR 1 was with physical?
Uh, no, and I think the biggest mistake they did was they didn't adopt those games over to PSVR, and I understand why. So the thing with the PSVR is that they have the move, the as I call them, the magic wands.
Yeah.
Uh, the controllers, I'll pull one for you, but they go in your hand like this. And I
Oh
know
yeah.
they're trying to do it because they're trying to manipulate where you have like this. But what's cool is these side buttons are like grips.
Yeah.
So if I push this button, it's like my hand's in there, and I'll be like, I'll do this. I can do a thumbs
Yeah.
up. I can grip it,
Yep.
all that type of stuff like that. Uh, also, the wands are not. They go off light. These ones don't. These ones go off movement. So wherever movement you go to is where it'll actually track it.
Sure.
The light ones are horrible. You can like lose your hand. Like I've had my hand like flip upside down and get stuck and like horrible
Just
stuff.
like real life.
But I thought with the PSVR 1 they had so many games. I'm like they're going to adopt this for the second one. So I was an early adopter of it. The first game I played in it was Village, and holy crap, it's like you're like really there. And what's even
Mhm.
crazy is that they got the haptics with it too. I can feel the shotgun blowing
Yeah.
up in my face, like crazy
Yeah.
stuff. Really cool stuff. But guess what? If you want digital, yeah, they got all the digital games you want. But if you want a physical game, ain't gonna happen. There's literally 10 games.
Ugh.
And
Dang.
guess what? The only two that are really good is Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil Village. And it's a
That
full game too.
sucks.
Yeah, and I feel like I got Virtual Boy again. Like that's what I wanted when I got the Virtual Boy when I was a kid. I thought that was what we're experiencing now is what we were going to be experiencing in that headset.
Yeah, I know.
And I will not say anything wrong with it. Sony's PSVR 2 is number one. I don't care what anyone says. I've not been sick in it. I can sit in it for long periods of time. It makes me feel like I'm actually there, which is like nuts. I don't feel like I'm like I could sit down and play it and I could stand up. I don't have to, I hate standing up all the time. I do. I can't do it all the time.
Mm.
So to be able to sit down on my chair and act like I'm doing the things, that's awesome too. But if it was my choice, I would probably have to go with PSVR 1 because it has so many more games and things you can do. Sucks, but
yeah. Because at the end of the day, I mean, they're right now forcing you to go digital with a lot of the games that aren't available. So just
I bought. So I have Walking Dead, Light Brigade, and then 2 Resident Evil games and Gran Turismo 7. And literally, I told you I already bought Gran Turismo 7 because I had no games to play, so I had to get that one. But I would, if I was suggesting VR, I would suggest the one that you got because it just they seem like they're more installed with games.
And Oculus, no, they call it MetaQuest now. Yeah, the MetaQuest 3 is it's affordable and the ecosystem is already established now. It's been around for 10 years now. So there's a lot of games to, obviously you're not going to be playing them or buying them physical, but what PC games do you buy physical nowadays anyway, right?
Well, here's the thing too, is that you don't need no cables or anything. You just basically pop it on your head and you can go play. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is a far cry from the first Oculus headset. But I totally agree. I mean, I don't have it anymore. I gave my my MetaQuest headset to my nieces and nephews who have a blast with it. Like I just wasn't using it.
I just wish that I wish they would like, especially like Sony and all of them. Like, dude, imagine like a Metal Gear in there, or like a freaking Silent Hill, like the PT
or Waterworld.
Yes, 100%. Wario World, me jumping in the background.
No. Water World. Could be Kevin Costner eating tomatoes,
peeing and drinking my own pee. That'd be great.
Yeah. Hey Eric, you don't have to drink your own pee to play VR, right?
And the bad guy's going to be Bowser. The bad guy's going to be Bowser from fucking Super Mario Brothers, the original movie. It's got great callbacks, lots of callbacks.
Yeah.
But like I will say, lastly for the PSVR 2, if you're going to adopt it, I would just waiting. I'm praying for Sony to like this, but I'll tell you the problem with it is, and this is from my experience. There's only one company making games, and it's called Perp Games. If you don't know who they are, look them up. They're in England. If you want physical games,
Perp Games.
I'm gonna give you a hack for PSVR games. In Europe, they're required to any digital game they make, they have to make a physical copy of the game. They're the only ones, but they also put their games on Amazon, so you're able to play European virtual reality games over in the States if you want a physical copy of it, which is why I got that big collection. Just a hack for you. You can also buy it from them directly. What you do is you send them an email, you say you want the game, and then they'll basically give you a cost on how much it's going to cost to send it to you. And they'll send it to you directly. Nice. I also found that out too. That's all I got on that.
Cool. Yeah, I think we've kind of talk VR to death, and I'm interested to see. I will, if given the opportunity, put on an Apple headset, but there's no way in hell they're ever going to convince me to pay $3,500 for a headset. No thanks.
What if it's a Michael McDonald concert live virtual reality?
If I want to watch Michael McDonald in concert, I'll just watch 40-Year-Old Virgin over and over again.
I'll shoot myself in the face
and burn this place to the ground.
All right, so we thought we'd have a fun topic since Tekken 8 came out. We were talking about this offline before we started. Since we're 90s kids and we loved going to the arcades, and there's a new renaissance of fighting games, we're back, baby. Come on, Killer Instinct. Let's
I
get
know
another one out
that's
there.
the only one that's missing, right? I mean,
Right.
dude, we got a new Street Fighter, we got a new Mortal Kombat, and now we got a new Tekken. Where's Killer Instinct?
Come on.
The 90s are back.
We need some Neo Geos. Let's get it. Let's get all these back. Let's get them all back.
That's right.
So I thought it'd be an interesting topic, since we have Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, and Mortal Kombat 1. If these came out in the 90s, the way they look now, which one do you think would be the most popular in the arcades? And also, what would be popular for you if you walked into an arcade and it would be the first one you would choose?
Easy answer. Mortal Kombat.
Man.
Fatalities, the blood, the over-the-topness. Because, if you're looking at Tekken, it's over the top already. But Mortal Kombat's over the top and it's bloody. I mean, as a 90s kid, dude, I couldn't get enough of Mortal Kombat. Like, my parents didn't let me play that kind of stuff, so I had to, go over to my friend's house to play it. They just delay the inevitable. And oh my gosh, Mom, Dad, I turned out so bad because, I played these violent video games. Gee.
Where my mom was like a stick of dynamite and then handed me a lighter and then said, go have fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Street Fighter 6 would have been the popular one. I really do. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. Because what was so big in the 90s? Hip hop, right?
Yeah.
And
this one's pretty hip hop. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is straight up this would straight up be crazy there. I think
I know Fresh Prince would be playing that game.
100%. 100%. I think the way the gameplay is, I think also it's like a throwback. It really does. I was telling people it does remind me of it reminds me of Street Fighter Alpha when I first saw it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's got an alpha kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
And I like the blocks. I like the techniques. What was the big thing about Alpha? That Evo situation where that dude blocked all the
sure. Yeah. All the parries. Yeah.
You better all the parries and all the bragging rights would be going on in the arcades right now than people talking shit to each other hit me.
My gosh, dude. Dude, I would love to watch that stuff in the arcade. Love it. I mean, but that's what's so awesome. And actually, that's kind of topical right now, too, talking about fighting games. Because right now we're in the middle of fighting game tournament season. Frosty Faustings is going on right now.
Yep.
That fighting game tournament.
That game. What's even crazier about it is that this is how I feel about it. If I was walking into an arcade, Mortal Kombat 1 would be like the Demolition Derby, and freaking Street Fighter would be the actual F1 kind of racing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
get
that
strategy and all that type of stuff like that.
For sure.
I don't know about Tekken yet, which is hard for me because I haven't got to play it yet. But
maybe it's a mixture. It's probably a mixture of the two, to be honest. I mean, it feels like Tekken is.
I feel like Tekken's in the middle because I remember when I was in the 90s, let's say, for example, let's say you and your friend were on Mortal Kombat, right? And I'm waiting around kind of I got to kill some time. Oh, I'll pop on Tekken and play it. Plus, tag tournament was the big thing back then.
Yeah, tag tournament. Uh-huh.
Tag tournament was a big deal.
It was.
And so think about Mortal Kombat 1 right now. It's got the tag thing into it. You know what I mean? If it was a regular because they're saying a lot Tekken 8's Tekken kind of the way Tekken 3 is, Tekken 3 kind of blew up in the arcades. Holy shit, they're legit.
Yeah.
So
Eddie Gordo had a lot to do with that.
Yes, that cheating son of a bitch.
The capoeira fighter.
Funny story. I played it on the Poly Mega when Max was talking about Tekken 3 because he's going doing the legacy thing,
Uh-huh.
And I played it, and I was like, I wonder if I remember Eddie because I used to troll people with Eddie. I would fake I would go I was going to go forward, and then I'd pull myself back into the kick.
Yeah.
And I was doing that shit and just cracking up. And also with Harang, you did the switch kick. So I'm like, do switch.
Dude, I had a buddy who played as King, and
Hate
he
him.
knew all of the like combos, like to combo like suplex into pile driver into whatever. He would do that all day long. That's oh gosh, that was insane.
We had a guy in tech school. This is what happened. I was whooping everyone's butt with Harangue. Harangue was like my dude. So then we were, and you know how you have the classes where you had to go like to the buildings and you have like all yours like that. So what would happen during break times? We would all be in the break rooms together, and everyone would be like, "I heard this dude's really good with King," and I was like, I've never seen anyone good with King, by the way. I'm like, I will kick the living crap out of him.
Our first guest, Frank Sanderson, he's good with King. He's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, dude, I talked all this trash to this kid, and this kid just like was like quiet and like okay. And we watched DBZ. Not to age myself, we watched our DBZ, and then they pulled out the PlayStation, put in 3, and like, let's do this.
Yeah.
And so I went down there, and I'm just confident as shit. Like I'm about to dust this dude in front of everybody. And what happened was, dude, he got one grapple on me, and then from that point forward, I didn't know what happened. He like suplexed me, power bomb, the leg snap, pick me up, figure 4 leg lock, power bomb, and he did this 100% combo, and I'm just sitting there like stunned. And then of course I'm getting embarrassed in front of everybody. Everyone's like, "Oh," and dude, I got so mad. I was like, "Fuck this game. Let's play fucking 007." He's like, "He's just a cheating bitch," and he's like, and the guy was like, "You only call me a cheater because I just whooped your ass. That's all you're doing." And I was like, "Shut the fuck up." I'm so mad at him. And then I practiced. I kept practicing, and then I would come back and try to beat him again, and I never beat this dude. And dude, he's the only person I've ever had in a fighting game where he's in my fucking brain for the rest of my life. I still remember that dude when I play Tekken.
I've got the same thing. So I was just unbeatable in Super Nintendo battle mode, Mario Kart. I was like the best. No one could beat me until tech school. I ran into someone who I couldn't beat him. I think I beat him one round out of like all of the games we ever played. This guy, his last name is Van Tol. One of the funniest people I've ever met, but man, he wrecked me over and over and over again. I will never forget Van Tol because of that.
I can't pick up Tekken 3 without seeing that dude's face. He looked like he looked like Steve Urkel with a little paper thin Prince mustache. And dude,
Ooh.
I see that dude in my head for the rest of my life. I even went to his room one night. I played all night. And I was all confident. I like knocked on his door, and he was just sitting there holding the sticks, and he was like, "Come on in." And then so I played him, and he beat me 3 more times, and I was like, "Fuck this dude!" And I just fucking walked out. I didn't even say nothing to him. I just brought him, and all I could hear was him chuckling behind the door when I walked away like a sassy asshole. I was so mad. But I don't know. Like I'm loving that we're getting fighting games again. It's cool that in like almost 1 year timeline we got Mortal Kombat, we got freaking Street Fighter, and we got Tekken. So crazy.
Yeah, and I hold out hope that there is a new Mortal Kombat. That there will be one at some point because people. Yeah, sorry, not Mortal Kombat. Killer Instinct. Thank you. That there's a new Killer Instinct because people will buy it, people will play it.
It's the perfect game. I don't give a shit what anyone says. The one on Xbox, the only thing Xbox I will give you bravo kudos for was making the best fighting game I've ever played in my entire life.
It's really good.
Really fucking good.
It's over the top. It's so 90s. It's just screaming in your face. It's like everything that a 90s arcade was. Everyone gravitated toward Killer Instinct because how loud it was.
Yeah.
You could hear that machine over everything going on in there.
I went to a Hollywood video once, and then this old lady came in, and she was standing by the machine because she was waiting in line to return her movie. And I don't know who turned on the arcade machine, but dude, it was fucking loud. And you know the intro where they had Ultra 64, like in like Fox. Yep. Well, it sounds silent when you play it like normal
exclusively
volume.
For Ultra 64. Yeah.
I told my friend it sounded like I'm about to kick you right in your dick.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's so good, man. It's so good.
She got so scared she dropped all of her fucking movies on the floor, like from him turning it on. It was the fucking funniest shit I've ever seen. God damn. Whoever thought about putting fucking woofers in a fucking arcade machine? God damn it. Kudos to you, sir.
My favorite fatality in that game was playing as Fulgore and pulling out the machine head because, man, that was loud. It was so loud.
I didn't know what Ultra Combos was until someone did it, and I was like, I was playing Mortal Kombat 3 next to him, and I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, what's that sound? God damn it.
So good. So good.
I want to meet the guy who did the voice for that. I want him to sign a Killer Instinct for me.
I want him to do an intro for us.
I want to do a voicemail.
I wonder if dude, can you imagine if he's on Cameo? We should look that up.
We should.
Oh, if he's on Cameo. Holy crap.
You can't call Coffin right now because he's doing a combo breaker.
Ultra.
He's on the phone.
Yeah, so good.
All right, retrospective time. Since we were talking about fighting games, this guy made me go back to the 90s and play Mortal Kombat 2 for the Super Nintendo. Great times, by the way. And this guy over here had time spinners.
I did.
And so we'll let you go first, sir. Time spinners is kind of like a Metroidvania game, so I'll let him explain it to you.
Hugely Metroidvania, and oh my gosh, dude, it is oozing Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Like, it is like, it's so shameless, like the homages, whatever, that they throw back to that game. Like, the music reminds me of it, the user interface reminds me of it, the gameplay reminds me of it, the weapons remind me of it, the enemies remind me of it. Like, everything about that game is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. So I need to pick up a copy of that game and actually beat it. It's so good. It reminded me of playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night for the first time again. It's really good. Like, I love the system with the orbs. It's really cool. I mean, that's how you, like, equip your abilities. It's just like Alucard having a right hand and a left hand. You have two orbs. So
I got that from a blind box from Limited Run. It's the only blind box I ever bought, and I'm happy I got that one. I'm really happy.
Awesome pickup.
Yeah, pretty happy about that because I didn't know anything about it, and when I played it, I was like, man, this reminds me of Symphony of the Night. Like, it's crazy.
It's so good. Yep. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it. It's just an amazing Metroidvania, which I will play again.
I would. We have to find you a copy for sure, 100%. This troll burglar over here, freaking.
It was pretty trolly.
I walked in pretty confident. I walked in like, I got this. I'm going to show you. I even told you I was really confident. I was going to get Guitaro immediately, and little did I know, I got wrecked. And I'm talking about wrecked so bad that I jumped from different versions of Mortal Kombat to 2 to find out they were easier. And let me just give you an honest opinion. No, they're not. The arcade one fucking destroyed me. By the way, the Sega Saturn's supposed to be you would assume it would be on arcade port.
Yeah.
Nope. Worst port ever.
Oh boy.
Worse than the Sega Genesis.
Wow.
Let me just keep topping that. The 32X version.
Oh, right, I was wondering if you would play the 32X. Nice.
Right behind it.
Okay.
Sega Genesis. I would rather play, if I had to choose, I would rather play Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo. That's honest truth. I had to go back to Super Nintendo because I was like, I'm gonna have to beat this. Let me just explain something to you that you guys don't realize. So back in the day with the arcades, they would up the AI to track what you do, so they could steal your quarters from you. So what they do is it's just like a date with a girl for the first time. She takes you on a date. Hey, this went really good. Second date comes up. Oh man, this is the greatest date ever. Third date comes around and she kicks you right in the dick and walks away from you. That's what arcades were back in the day.
Yeah.
They tease you like you're really good, and then they just beat the holy hell out of you.
Yeah.
God dang it. And here's the point when you showed me this. If it was Sub-Zero or anyone else, cool. if Raiden was the third character, I would reset the game.
Oh,
because
wow.
I knew he would cheat the entire time. He would teleport on
Sweep
me
you to
every time.
death. Yeah, uh-huh.
And his uppercut. If you never see his uppercuts are faster than everyone else's.
Oh, yeah. It's insane. Like, no frames.
And you'll be like 2 feet away from him, and he'll still uppercut you and hit you. How does that happen? I don't know. Maybe your hitbox just joins. Dude, I hate so bad. So, I did it. I made it to the end. Took me about a month or so. So luckily, I had extra time with this.
Yeah.
I appreciate you trolling me. By the way, Kintaro, every time I hear "doosh doosh doosh doosh," now I want to like punch a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get revenge on you, and you're not going to like what I'm going to give you.
Uh-oh.
You should have picked this one first, and you're going to pay.
Uh-oh.
I'm not only going to give you the worst version of this game, but I'm also giving it to you on the worst console ever. Sub-Zero, Mortal Kombat Mythologies.
Oh, no.
And I'm going to tell you this. I know it's really hard, so you got to beat the first 2 levels.
2 levels?
First 2 levels.
It's impossible.
Oh, do you want 3, or do you want to go through the air level where you have to learn how to jump on fans?
I'm good.
I'm giving you 2.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
And you think it's bad on the PlayStation? Boy, oh boy, have you not seen this pile of turds.
I have. We played it in high school. A friend of mine, Casey, ended up getting that game, and it was so bad. No, I remember it.
So what do you got for me?
I'm going to leave this in your hands. I've got 2 here. Uh-oh. And either the left hand or the right hand. And we're going with fighting games here still.
Okay.
So you decide your own fate. Right hand or left hand?
Oh man, I know there's a Jaguar game there somewhere. I already know it. Or it's both Jaguar games. I can already sense it. I'm gonna go with dominant right. I'm gonna have to go with dominant right hand.
You're going back in time.
Yes.
Your original Tekken.
Yes, I love that game.
Yeah. The other choice was Neo Geo Battle Coliseum.
I had that one. I have not played it yet either. I've heard nothing but great things about it.
It's very fun. But anyway, yeah, you have to beat Tekken with Law.
I'm down with that. I do some flip kicks.
Yep.
So this is thank you guys for being patient with us. I know we tried to go a little longer for you guys this time because we've been gone for so long. So we're going to call this the XL podcast.
Yeah, Magdx XL.
It's like Magnum condoms instead of the little tiny ones. You get more fun with them. I want to thank all you guys. Definitely please support him in his book upcoming in the future, because this thing is going to be game changing. I'm just going to let you guys know that of what I've seen so far. It's absolutely game changing. What's the game plan once it gets released?
Yeah, that's actually a really good question. When I get, so I had 500 copies is going to be the print run. Some of those are already spoken for because of Kickstarter. So half of the rest of them are going to a warehouse to be sold on HagensAlley.com. And the other half are going to my warehouse, that room right over there, off of my office in my storage room. And you can purchase those directly from me at VGCollectorGuide.com. So if you want a signed copy, then you can buy it from me.
Awesome.
Yeah. So there's going to be a couple places that you can buy it. Right now, I already said that I finished the book. It's going to go to the printer basically the end of next week. And then there's going to be about a 3-month wait between then and when we get the books in hand. So it's going to be an agonizing wait, but it'll be well worth it. And like he was saying, I mean, there's nothing like this that's ever been done. So if you're interested in checking it out, I have all the information at VGCollectorGuide.com right now. You can read all about it. I made a couple blog posts. So if you have any questions, go there first. If you have any questions that aren't answered from those blog posts, certainly reach out to me, and I will answer anything that you have.
You can follow me on GI Gamer 1981 on Instagram and Facebook. I will also be promoting his book once this thing gets released as well. So if you need links or anything like that, you can also check out there to if you guys can't find it. I will definitely start. I'm going to whore you out. You win my words. I'm going to whore you out. I'm going to whore some links. I'm going to whore the link out of you. Well, thank you guys for watching. We will hopefully be back next week on time this time. So appreciate you guys waiting for us. And remember to collect and open and play your games. You can't watch a movie if it's sealed. Have a good weekend. See you later.
Later, guys.